kicks things off.
What's up, legends? Welcome back to the channel, and you know what time it is. It's NRL tipping time, and this week it's round 19. The state of origin dust has settled, but the competition for those final spots is heating up. You guys rely on me for the best tips and predictions, and I promise I've gone deep into the stats, the form, the injuries, and even the tea leaves to bring you the most accurate insights for this massive round. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive straight into the matchups. Game 1, Friday Night Footy, Sharks versus Dolphins. Kicking off round 19, we've got the Cronulla Sharks taking on the Dolphins at Shark Park. Both teams are coming off a bye, but their recent form couldn't be more different. The Dolphins have been flying, even without some of their origin stars, showing incredible attacking flair. The Sharks, on the other hand, have dropped out of the top 8 and are really searching for answers. My pick here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Dolphins. I'm seeing them win this one by a margin of 4 to 8 points. My confidence in this pick? A solid 60%. If Hammer plays, watch out. Game 2, Saturday afternoon action, Knights versus Storm. Next up, the Newcastle Knights host the Melbourne Storm. The Knights had a bye, but they're getting a very tough welcome back to the NRL. The Storm are Premiership heavyweights for a reason, and they proved their class last week, grinding out a win even without their origin reps. They'll be looking to welcome back their big guns, and that makes them extremely dangerous. I'm tipping the mighty Melbourne Storm to take this one comfortably, winning by 8 to 12 points. My confidence level here is a strong 75%. Game 3, Saturday evening showdown, Dragons versus Roosters. Then we head to Jubilee Oval for the Dragons and the Roosters. The Chooks are getting some key players back, which is a massive boost for them. The Dragons showed some grit last week, but the Roosters' overall class and the return of their big names should see them through. I'm backing the Sydney Roosters to win by 6 to 10 points, with a 68% confidence in that prediction. Game 4, Saturday night smackdown, Cowboys versus Bulldogs. Under the lights in Townsville, it's the North Queensland Cowboys against the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. This is a real toss-up, folks. The Bulldogs are having a surprising season and are sitting high on the ladder, but the Cowboys are at home and will be desperate for a win. Injuries and inconsistency have plagued the Cowboys. This is going to be tight, but I'm leaning towards the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs to sneak away with a win by a narrow margin of just 1 to 4 points. My confidence is at 55%. This one could go either way. Game 5, Sunday afternoon delight. Warriors versus West Tigers. Into Sunday, and it's over to Auckland for the New Zealand Warriors against the West Tigers. The Warriors, despite some tough injuries to key players like Metcalf and Barnett, are still a formidable force at home and are pushing for a top 4 spot. The Tigers had a great upset win last week, but traveling to New Zealand is always a challenge. I'm putting my money on the New Zealand Warriors to win big by 12 points or more. My confidence here is a high 85%. Game 6, Sunday afternoon rivalry, Eels versus Panthers, the classic Western Sydney Derby. The Parramatta Eels take on the Penrith Panthers at CommBank Stadium. Let's be real, the Panthers are the benchmark. They're back in form, their system is elite, and even with origin players potentially fatigued, their depth is incredible. The Eels are struggling with injuries and consistency. I'm tipping the Penrith Panthers to win this one by 8 to 12 points with a 78% confidence. Game 7, Sunday evening clash, Titans versus Broncos. Finally, we wrap up the round with the Queensland Derby, the Gold Coast Titans against the Brisbane Broncos. The Broncos are red hot right now, having won 4 on the trot. They'll be boosted by their origin stars returning and are eyeing a top 4 finish. The Titans, unfortunately, are at the other end of the ladder and have had a tough season. While they get a couple of big names back, it won't be enough. I'm picking the Brisbane Broncos to win by a margin of 10 to 14 points, with a 72% confidence. And don't forget, folks, these teams are on a BYE this round. The Canberra Raiders, the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Give those players a rest, they've earned it. So there you have it, my loyal viewers.
Your comprehensive guide to NRL Round 19, 2025. These are my predictions, backed by all the data we could get our hands on. Remember, footy is unpredictable, but we do our best to give you that edge. If you enjoyed these tips and want to stay ahead of the game every single week, Hit that subscribe button right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments below your tips for round 19. Who are you backing? What are your bold predictions? Let's get the conversation going. Good luck with your own tips this week. Enjoy the footy, and I'll see you in the next one.